Welcome to Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
Welcome back to the Scrapyard, friends. As you can see by the title card, today's event is the Porsche vs. Lamborghini Challenge.
That's right, it's a stupendous day for racing, and we have a great 4-car lineup for today's 8th mile event. Contestants today are racing both individually and as a manufacturing team.
Correct. A contestant can win the competition, but if his partner performs poorly, the manufacturer's cup could go to the opposing team. But more on that later. Let's take a look at what you're all here for. Some beautiful cars.
Well, here they are. Don't they just all look stunning all lined up together like that? Let's hope they still look like that at the end of today's event.
For Team Porsche, we have the 2019 Porsche 911 GT3 RS with a 4.0 liter engine pumping out an impressive 346 pounds of torque and a 0 to 60 time of 2.8 seconds. Followed by the 1996 Carrera 4S. This car has the turbo model's body shell but houses a naturally aspirated 4.0 liter engine in the rear. The all-wheel drive system makes this car a little heavy, but hopefully that translates into improved handling and grip on the track.
And now we have Team Lamborghini, starting off with the 2009 Lamborghini Murcielago LP-670-4 Super Veloce. Wow, that's a mouthful. This car gets to 60 miles an hour faster than you could say its name. This car has a massive 6.5 liter V12 engine producing a gargantuan 661 horsepower. After that is the 2012 Lamborghini Gallardo LP-570-4 Superleggera. Wow, do you think the people at Lamborghini have a contest to see who could come up with the longest name? Anyway, this car has a 5.2 liter V10 and made extensively of carbon fiber, making it the lightest car on the track today.
Now, let's go over the scoring. First place is 5 points, second place is 3 points, third place 2 points, fourth place 1 point, and a DNF will get you 0 points.
At the end of today's event, the driver with the most points wins, and the same goes for the highest scoring manufacturing team. And as far as rules for the race, it's pretty standard stuff really. This is a 5-race event. We will change lane positions at the start of every new race. The last race is a 4x4 side-by-side. Restarts only happen in the case of a 4-way DNF, and of course, this is not a timed event.
Yeah, that's because the Scrapyard can't even afford a timer. Heck, we can't even afford 2 announcers. It's just me doing both voices.
Hey, no one is supposed to know that.
Studio, can someone in the studio please cut off his microphone?
Well, it's true.
Then how are we talking at the same time?
It's called editing software.
Hello, studio, can you hear me? Hello?
Well, while he tries to get that mess sorted out with the studio, let's go down to the track cam and get this event started.
Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
And here we are at the starting line for race 1, and it looks like the racers are in position.
That's right. We have the GT3 in lane 1, the Murcielago in lane 2, the Carrera 4S in lane 3, and finishing out the pack, it's the Gallardo in lane 4.
The officials have cleared the track. Let's get this race started.
3, 2, 1, go!
And they are off.
Whoa! There's been a huge wreck.
It looked like the GT3 was the only one to make it across the line without a scratch.
Oh man, we gotta see that on the replay.
Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
You can see the GT3 just edging out a lead off the line.
Yeah, and its partner is going immediately for the block.
It definitely seems like Team Porsche came with a game plan.
Yeah, but look at that SV. It refuses to be blocked in. It's trying to power its way through.
But the SV overpowers it, sending both of them into the wall.
Wow, that Carrera gets airborne, and the Gallardo just barely avoids it.
But the Gallardo doesn't avoid that wall.
Somehow the SV manages to spin across the line. What was that, 2 360s and a 180? Wow!
Meanwhile, the GT3 just sailed through for the first win and a win for Team Porsche.
And look at that! It looks like even our camera drone crashed into some sort of power line or something. Gosh, talk about action, and this is only race 1!
Well, let's go over to that scorecard and see how things stand.
Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
And now, let's go to the scorecard for the first time today.
Well, the GT3 sailed its way into first place for 5 big points. and then miraculously the SV spun its way into second for 3 points. The Carrera and the Gallardo scored 0 points each for their DNFs, although if it were up to me, they'd definitely both get bonus points for the free stunt show.
Looking over at the manufacturer standings, we have Porsche with a small lead over Lamborghini at 5-3.
Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
And we're back at the starting gate, all set for race 2.
Race 2 has the Lamborghinis up front with the Murcielago in lane 1 and the Gallardo in lane 2. That leaves the Porsches in the rear conveniently with the GT3 in lane 3 and the 4S in lane 4.
3, 2, 1, go!
The Lamborghinis go wide.
We've got another wreck!
That looked like a Lamborghini Porsche 1-2 finish to me.
Wow! Oh man, let's get to that replay.
Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
It looks like Team Lambo came up with a plan after that last race.
That's correct. They appear to split up and go wide to avoid getting blocked like in race 1. Then after the downhill, they line up looking for the 1-2 finish.
Yeah, but the GT3 loses it and just clips the tail end of that Gallardo.
And look at that precision driving of the Carrera 4S. It avoids getting hit, and you can see that four-wheel drive system working overtime to keep that Porsche on the track.
But work it does, because it got him to second place while everyone else got a DNF.
Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
And here we are back at the scoreboard.
The SV was able to turn his second place into first for 5 big points. And thanks to the magic of four-wheel drive, the Carrera 4S scored 3 points.
And due to that accident, the GT3 went from first to a DNF and took the Gallardo along with it.
Over at the manufacturer's board, Lamborghini has been able to tie it up with Porsche at 8 points apiece.
But keep in mind, the SV has been doing all the work for Team Lamborghini. The Gallardo has yet to make it across the line. That could hurt them in the team standings in the long run.
Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
We're back at the gate for race 3, and those racers can't wait for that gate to go up.
Here we have the Gallardo in lane 1, the Carrera 4S in lane 2, the Murcielago in lane 3, and the GT3 closes out the pack in lane 4.
3, 2, 1, go!
The Gallardo rips out of the gate.
Whoa! Was that a blowout? What? Did he just win in reverse?
Let's get to that replay.
That was totally bonkers. I can't wait to see it.
Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
I want to go back to the gate, because right there, you could see how the Gallardo just powers out of the gate.
Right, the Gallardo peels out almost the entire length of the downhill.
Yeah, until that tire blowout.
But the Gallardo does avoid the wall.
Right, but in doing so, the Gallardo sends the SV into the wall.
And the SV hits that wall hard.
And the SV takes out the GT3 along with it.
But look at that four-wheel drive system come to the aid of the Carrera 4S again. Amazing how it's able to drive around all that destruction.
The 4S does get a little loose and overcorrect, and at the end just kisses that metal barrier, but somehow is able to just park it over the finish line. Man, that's incredible.
As impressed as I am by that four-wheel drive system, what's really incredible is how that Gallardo blows out a tire and dead center of the track is able to hit the handbrake, spin the car, and win in reverse. On only 3 good tires. I had said the Gallardo needed a win, and it just did it in the most spectacular way in scrapyard history. What a way to get on the scoreboard.
And speaking of the scoreboard, let's check those standings.
Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
Let's take a look at those scores.
Well, after that big win in race 2, the SV gets a DNF for crashing while avoiding fellow Lamborghini teammates. And the Gallardo literally backs his way onto the scoreboard with 5 huge points. And the GT3, which had a strong showing in race 1, has been unable to put any more points on the board. Meanwhile, the four-wheel assisted skill of the Carrera 4S has brought in second place and 3 well-earned points, thanks to that great valet parking routine. Now, let's see how that affected the manufacturing board.
Thanks to the Gallardo's big win, Team Lamborghini is edging out past Team Porsche at 13 points to 11. And I'd just like to point out here that after 3 races, neither team has been able to successfully get both team cars across the line.
Hey there, race fans. We just got word from the broadcast studio, and it seems like we're all out of time. So please join us next time as we close out the championship and crown the individual and team winners.
Can Lamborghini hold on to their team lead, or will Porsche make a comeback? Will all 4 cars ever cross the line? Who will win the tournament? Find out all this and more. Please join us next time, because if you thought this was exciting, then you haven't seen anything yet. Thank you so much for joining us here at Scrapyard Diecast Racing. Thanks for watching. This is me signing off.
And me too.